Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is David Benjamin from healthywildandfree.com. Today I want to talk and share with you information regarding gut health, the gut microbiome, and why it is so important to include foods in your diet and also remove certain foods from your diet that harm gut health, but also introduce foods that heal and balance the gut microbiome. So first things first, what foods are harmful to the gut microbiome? Well, sugar, dairy, meat, bread, anything that is pro-inflammatory, meaning anything that causes inflammation in the gut, needs to be either reduced, minimized, or completely avoided. If you have leaky gut or any type of autoimmune disease which stems from leaky gut, it is important to remove things such as corn, gluten, rye, barley, anything that has gluten in it. Gluten is an anti-inflammatory, and it causes holes in leakage in the gut, which leads to leaky gut. If you don't know what leaky gut is essentially your gut, the membrane, the gut wall, the lining of your gut breaks down over time, and instead of your food being digested in your gut and obviously waste products being discharged from your body, leaky gut literally means the food is leaking through your gut and into your bloodstream, and as a response of your body and immune system, your immune system attacks this food and it creates antibodies and does all these things because this food is now a foreign invader and it's in the bloodstream. So it gets kind of crazy, kind of weird, and it's not really healthy for your body to be in an immune and gut compromised state where your gut isn't functioning optimally and doing the job that it was designed to do. So my recommendation is to, like I said, avoid, reduce, or minimize dairy, gluten, anything with bread, meat, especially junk meat. Healthy meat, grass-fed, free-range, organic is okay. But any dairy and bread and sugar are typically pro-inflammatory. A lot of people are lactose intolerant or can't digest casein, which is a protein in dairy. And our bodies are just overloaded with all these pro-inflammatory things, and then inflammation occurs, the gut gets penetrated, and leaky gut occurs because then there's holes in the gut lining, and that's when the food leaks into your body. So it's important to kind of avoid or reduce or minimize these things, and then eat foods and add things to your diet that encourage a healthy gut microbiome, that encourage a state of non-inflammation, that encourage a state of healthy balance of your bacteria, your fungus, your yeast. There are healthy bacteria, fungus, and yeast within your body, and there's a healthy balance of these things. It's not all good or bad. As we know, probiotics, for example, are good bacteria for the gut, and we eat probiotic foods in order to help our gut health. So it's the same with fungus. With fungus, for example, mushrooms are beneficial fungi for the gut and gut health. Same with yeast and all these other things, and sugars. There's healthy sugars. But certain sugars are going to feed the yeast infections and the things that get out of control at the same time. So it's about balance. It's about achieving harmony within the gut microbiome. And you cannot do that while feeding yourself foods that are harming the gut and foods that are healing the gut at the same time, because then it's just an internal battle in your gut. So with that being said, it's really important to get specific foods in your gut. The number one food recommendation that I have for gut health is turmeric. Now, why is the number one recommendation turmeric? Well, one of the first sort of states that it compromises gut health and gut integrity that leads to leaky gut and that leads to inflammation and bloating and all these other things is inflammation itself. So turmeric is one of the best, if not the best, most scientifically backed and researched compound, curcumin, the compound in turmeric, and having anti-inflammatory effects on the health of the body and on your gut specifically. So there are something like, I forget how many pathways exactly, it's in the 20s. I want to say it's like 27 or 29 inflammation pathways. What I mean by that is there are these specific pathways where inflammation can occur in the body, and turmeric, something like 23 or 24, the majority, it's like 80% of those pathways, turmeric regulates, reduces, or modulates those inflammation pathways to help them be healthy and not to be in a pro-inflammatory state that is harmful to your gut. So I heard this years ago at a seminar or someone speaking at a conference. I tried Googling it and really getting into the depth and logistics of this, and I could find no information, and I couldn't find the notes. So I just know that turmeric, and you can look up the science and research on curcumin, which is the compound in turmeric that is anti-inflammatory, but it's so beneficial for the gut and the body to not be in a state of pro-inflammatory, to be in a pro-inflammatory state, because when you're in a pro-inflammatory state, what happens is the bloating inflammation in your gut causes tension, and your gut microbiome gets disrupted, and then leaky gut and things like gluten and sugar and dairy and all these things that are also pro-inflammatory or actually cause holes in the gut lining are more able to do that, are more able to damage your gut. So turmeric is my #1 recommendation, just for its anti-inflammatory effects and benefits, and it's also going to help with inflammation in the body, in your entire body. So not just in your gut, but also in your joints, your brain, your arms, legs, feet, wherever you have swelling or inflammation or anything like that. Turmeric is going to help regulate that. So turmeric is one of my top recommendations, if not my #1 recommendation. My #2 recommendation for helping to heal the gut lining, and keep the gut healthy overall is to eat probiotic-rich foods. Now there's a whole list of not pro, P-R-O, P-R-E, prebiotic-rich foods. Prebiotic-rich foods are rich in something called inulin. Inulin is a prebiotic that is essentially a nutrient that feeds into your colon and into your gut, that it actually ferments in your gut, and it causes healthy probiotics or healthy good bacteria to form. So prebiotics are really a precursor to probiotics. Now we all are familiar with probiotics: sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, kefir, things like this, or fermented vegetables, fermented beets, radish, turnips, things like this. But it's also important to get prebiotics in your diet, and I highly recommend prebiotics, because prebiotics are the precursor to your body having that healthy bacteria without the probiotics. So you should be getting prebiotics in your diet regardless. Prebiotic foods are foods such as bananas, artichokes, cacao, aka chocolate, but cacao itself is healthier because it's sugar-free. And there's other foods as well. You can look them up. Jerusalem artichokes is another. There's a good list of foods. Onions, I believe, are a prebiotic as well. So you want to get these prebiotic foods in your diet. So basically just that category of foods you want to get in your diet to instill good, healthy gut bacteria. And last but not least, the last recommendation, I know that's kind of over 3 foods already with all the prebiotics, but the last food recommendation that I have for healthy gut, just helping the gut heal and be healthy and kind of be harmonized, is chia seeds. Now the thing I love about chia seeds is that they benefit your gut in such a tremendous way, because they are a great source of both soluble and insoluble fiber. Now what does that mean? Soluble and insoluble fiber act in different ways. One acts more as a brush, and one acts more as a hydrating, flushing fiber. So if you soak chia seeds in water and you stir them up with water and let it sit for a few hours, you'll see that they soak up and create kind of a gelatinous jello, kind of like tapioca pudding texture. That texture is incredibly cleansing and detoxifying to the colon, which is feet long when you stretch it out. And that soluble and insoluble fiber combination, along with the healthy fats, minerals, and antioxidants and vitamins in chia seeds, help to cleanse, nourish, and remove impurities from the colon and from the digestive tract, and really just help keep the gut healthy. So I like chia seeds because it's a great source of, once again, soluble and insoluble fiber, plus healthy fats are just a good source of energy overall, and all the other benefits of the vitamins and minerals and antioxidants found in chia seeds. So real quick, let's recap. You need to avoid things that are pro-inflammatory, foods, drinks, and anything in your diet that is pro-inflammatory and that causes inflammation or causes penetrating the gut lining and causing leaky gut in the first place, or causing harming gut permeability, or harming the lining of the gut. So that's foods such as sugar, because it's pro-inflammatory, dairy, which is also pro-inflammatory, meat. Most meat is not organic, free-range, grass-fed, healthy meat. So either completely get rid of it or upgrade your quality. And then obviously dairy, sugar, and then gluten. Gluten found in bread, even rye and barley, crackers, chips, anything that has gluten, corn. All this stuff is pro-inflammatory, and it causes the gut to be in a state of inflammation and more likely and more prone to penetrate the gut and cause the gut lining and cause leaky gut. So you want to avoid, minimize, or completely reduce those foods, and then upgrade to healthy whole foods, organic fruits and vegetables. But in terms of keeping your gut healthy and healing leaky gut, turmeric is great. Any prebiotic rich foods are amazing. Artichokes, onions, leeks, bananas, cacao are all prebiotic rich foods that help instill that good healthy gut bacteria. And then beyond that, last but not least, chia seeds. If you want to additionally add other things to your diet, I highly recommend getting aloe juice. The aloe plant itself, that gel in aloe is a good sealant and healer for the gut health and the lining of the gut specifically, to help seal that so your body can process food downward and not all in your body in a kind of confusing way. So aloe vera is great. Another great herb, whatever you want to call it, depending on where you're from in the world, is Sangre de Drago. Sangre de Drago is an herb from the Amazon rainforest. It stands for dragon's blood, and it's Spanish for dragon's blood. If you translate it to English, it's dragon's blood. But it's actually a sap from a tree. It's kind of a brown-red sap from a tree. And if you apply it to your skin topically, just like aloe, for example, if you take both of these and you see the effects on your skin, it has a similar effect on the gut lining. So just for you to understand this. So if you look at aloe vera and you apply it to your skin, what does it do? It tightens, heals, and seals the skin. Same with Sangre de Drago. Sangre de Drago tightens, heals, and seals the skin. So aloe vera and Sangre de Drago I personally love for healing and sealing the gut. Bone broth is also incredible, mineral-rich kind of tincture, if you will, for the gut lining. Colostrum is amazing. As children, most of us, hopefully all of us, I know not all of us, but hopefully you were breastfed, because breastfeeding the mother's breast milk, colostrum is an essential nutrient for the development of the immunity, which once again, the immunity is the majority of it, 70% or so, is located in the gut. So that colostrum from breast milk and from breastfeeding helps to build immunity. So if you weren't breastfed as a child and you were on formula or something like that, your immunity and gut isn't fully developed and was compromised from essentially day one, or early on. So colostrum is a very incredible supplement worth adding that you take on an empty stomach. I believe on an empty stomach, I believe most of them are on an empty stomach. It just makes sense. I mean, think about breastfeeding and instilling that as an adult, if you will, through colostrum supplementation. That's an amazing way to heal leaky gut as well. And last but not least, I want to share one study with you. I know I'm going on a bit here, but this is a really important topic, and I want to really share a lot of information to help add value to your life in this way. So there was a study done by, I believe it was USC, University of Southern California, where they had participants participate in a water fast for 72 hours, which is just 3 days, and they found that within 3 days, or a 72-hour water fast, participants' immune systems the immune cells, the white blood cells in the immune system were completely reset within a 72-hour water fast. Once again, the immune system is primarily located in the gut. What does that mean? What can we take away from that? Well, the gut lining and your immune system and your gut microbiome and all things with encompassing that are incredibly validated and valuable when they have a break from food and sugar and dairy and bread and all this kind of stuff. So simply water fasting, intermittent fasting is great too. That's a little more short term. You don't eat until noon and then you eat later in the day, but it gives your body a break still. Or doing a 1, 2, or 3 day water fast, which is very challenging. I've done it myself before. Is difficult and challenging, but it's very rewarding to your gut microbiome. It's very rewarding to your gut lining, to your immune system, and all these types of things. So I do recommend water fasting as well. And it, like if you work during the week or whatever it may be, doing a water fast on Saturday, Sunday, or on the weekend makes the most sense. And if you're starting or breaking a water fast, I have other videos on my channel here that talk about how to do that in a safe and effective way so that your body and gut are taken care of and you don't do anything crazy. So you can check those out. I think the video I have is called How to Start and End a Water Fast Safely. So you can look that up here on my channel or on YouTube. So And last but not least, I've spent a lot of time in the last month or two writing a report on supplement quality, so I'm going to be giving that away for free. So if you want to click the link below this video, you can check that out for free. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars in my life on supplements, minerals, vitamins, antioxidants, nutrients, protein powders, green powders, colostrum, algae, spirulina, herbs from the Amazon rainforest, herbs from China, herbs from India, spices, you name it, mushrooms. The list goes on and on and on and on. I wrote this report because in my experience in working with health companies in my career, what I found is that a lot of companies that are really high quality don't get the exposure and don't get the attention that they deserve. And a lot of the really great marketers and business people push crappy products onto the masses. So my work and my journey has led me to write and share this report because I want people to be aware and understand that quality is the most important factor when buying supplements. Not one of, it's the most important factor. So there's certain additives, preservatives, fillers, the quality of the product itself, the sourcing, etc., etc. The list goes on and on. So I kind of have a checklist, if you will, that I created, or a group, or a list of things that I pay attention to personally when I purchase supplements. So I created that report and I'm giving it away for free. So you can click the link below, and once that's available, it's going through the editing and design process right now. Once that's available, I will send that to you for free. So click the link below to get that. And also, last but not least, if you really want to balance your gut microbiome and you want to have a healthy gut microbiome, I use an app called Viome. Now, Viome is a company where you essentially just take a sample or a test of your stool, of your bowel movement, and you send it into the lab. And what they do is they analyze it and they tell you what bacteria strains, what fungal strains, what yeast strains, all strains encompassing the healthy or unhealthy gut microbiome. They analyze your stool and tell you what's going on in your gut. And then based on your individual health and your individual diet and your individual lifestyle choices, they recommend foods, and they utilize artificial intelligence in this process as well, to specifically feed your good gut microbiome, bacteria, fungus, and all these healthy strains. And then they de-recommend, if that's a word, or don't recommend, rather, foods and drinks and things that are harmful to specifically your gut microbiome. So what I love about this app is when I'm shopping in the store, I can just type in my app, figs, dates, bananas, whatever foods I'm thinking about buying or purchasing, I just type the food in the app, and I have a list of foods that I'm aware of, foods that I should eat less of or minimize or completely avoid, and then I have a list of foods that are good for my gut microbiome and good for me specifically. So what's good for me right now may not be good for you. Yeah, there's good, healthy foods, whole foods are great for really everyone, but for me right now, for example, I'm not eating dates because dates don't feed my gut microbiome specific to me in a good way right now, because that showed up on my list of foods. So everyone has a different gut microbiome at any given time. We all have autoimmunity or immune reactions to foods. Some of us have developed allergies to foods because we've eaten too many of them in a short period of time, so our gut and our immunity sort of starts to reject those foods. So the thing I love about this app and this test is it gives you insight that a health coach or a health teacher or even a PhD from Harvard couldn't give you, because it's looking at your stool, your bowel movement, and giving you specific recommendations for that. So it's really the best diet coach money can buy. So I'm going to link that information up below as well, because that's just such an important and valuable app and company. And if you're looking for something to guide you, an app in your pocket when you're shopping or when you're eating, this is that app because it's specific to you and your gut health. So I highly recommend it. I've been enjoying it myself. And it's just helping me optimize my gut health further and take things, my energy, my creativity, my gut health, my sleep quality, my health and energy to the next level. So I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this video. Once again, my name is David Benjamin from HealthyWildandFree.com, here to serve you in your health and wellness, your happiness, your abundance, your prosperity, anything that serves you in a positive way. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm making these videos for. So subscribe below if you haven't already. Please leave a like, a comment, a favorite, a share, and I will see you in the next video. Make sure to live healthy, wild, and free, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.